Donald Trump just launched some extremely positive crypto news with his strategic Bitcoin and Ethereum reserve. But what does that mean for your bags, for your wallet in 2025? Let's get into it. Watch this whole thing. We're going to put things in perspective. Trump named a couple different cryptos in a strategic reserve. And I think personally, everybody's going a little overboard trying to beg and plead for their special little crypto to be included in the strategic reserve. The important thing is Bitcoin and Ethereum are most likely going to be in there. Congrats to people that are holding Cardano and Ripple. But as we've seen, markets across the board still aren't pumping like crazy on this news yet. What's happening right now is we're basically getting the perfect setup. Okay, everything is happening, all the puzzle pieces are aligning. And some people are disappointed that we didn't get an overnight God candle pump across all single cryptocurrencies. But look, Bitcoin's up 10%, Ethereum's up 13%. The plan hasn't changed. Okay, the bullish sentiment has not changed over the long term. And the truth is, there's still a record number of shorts open on the CME. So I believe we're about to see a short squeeze because of all the CME. People don't realize that the liquidity in all of crypto is pretty low when you compare this to traditional finance. Now, the CME trades Bitcoin and Ethereum futures, but they trade multiple billions of dollars worth of liquidity because it's all paper, it's all TradFi. So with the CME futures on Ethereum, hedge funds and institutions can actually take out huge short positions here with multiple billions of dollars and artificially suppress the price. Whereas we've seen proof that big institutions like BlackRock have purchased up, $3.6 billion of Ethereum, and ETFs and banking institutions across America are now able to hold crypto as assets. So it's the perfect storm. Okay, they're dropping all kinds of SEC lawsuits. Kraken just today got dropped. Richard Hart versus the SEC got dropped altogether, dismissed by a judge for failure to state a claim and lack of personal jurisdiction. A huge victory for Hex and PulseChain, which is honestly the sleeper of this entire cycle. But I want to put things in perspective for you guys because a lot of people, they buy into their narrative. Okay, they buy into their altcoin narrative. They choose a team, they choose a tribe, and psychologically, this is what happens. All right, you're probably in this category too. I know I am. I chose Team PulseChain. I do venture out every once in a while, but look at how far down all of these so-called legitimate altcoins are from their all-time high. We've got even Bitcoin, which has led the market so far, still down 17%, Ethereum down 50%, even Ripple on the huge mega bullish news. And their case is getting dismissed. And I guess they still have a case open with the SEC, but nobody cares, right? The SEC appealed it, whatever. BNB is down 24%, XRP down 23%, Cardano down 68% from all-time highs, Dogecoin down 70%, Chainlink down 69%, HBAR, Stellar, all down 60%, guys. All down 60, 70, even 80%, along with PulseChain, along with Hex. Okay, PulseChain is down about 80% from its all-time high, about 60% from the sacrifice price. It's been a long, grueling, sideways market. Okay, sideways for the past year. Everybody's expecting something to happen early last year. I'll tell you what actually happened. Okay, the winners, the real winners, were the value extractors on places like Pump.fun. Look, this is a chart right here. This is some actual on-chain data that Pump.fun was able to extract $583 million worth of Solana, and they just permanently dumped the price down. So they're ruining your SOL investment because they're getting everybody addicted to short-term pump and dump gambling casino crap. I mean, look at the logo of Pump.fun, guys. The logo is literally a Prozac pill. I'm not making that up. It's very fitting for what's happening. And the only people really winning in this degen crypto casino are the insiders and the people that get in super early. Often the snipers and the scammers that shill it to you have already loaded their bags. And even if you're a couple of minutes late or a couple of days late, you're already far too late for most of the games. Now, look, you can play the same games, the same meme coin games over on Pump.tires. And people are doing the exact same thing over on PulseChain. And I do believe because it's a blue ocean untapped opportunity here, you do have a higher probability of playing the meme coin game right, but it still involves having insider information or being part of an insider group. The tough truth about meme coins is that if you don't get involved in the first couple of minutes, first couple of hours, you're missing the large majority of the gains, and most of these things won't be around in 6 more months. So everybody's long-term plays, everyone's conviction plays have been suffering because of really lack of retail. We haven't seen a whole lot of retail come in. Bitcoin ETFs pumped because paper Bitcoin is what they're trading, and institutions bought the paper Bitcoin, whereas the mempools in Bitcoin lately have been at an all-time low, meaning no one's actually using the network for day-to-day transactions. Sad but true. They ran the analytics on Trump's meme coin. They found that only 1% of all new buyers of Trump's meme coin were actually new retail money, which means up until now, whether we like to believe it or not, yes, we've all onboarded people into the ecosystem, but compared to the world at large, we're just inviting a couple of new folks to the poker table. We truly haven't seen retail adoption yet, whether that's hard to believe or not. It's objectively a fact when you look at the data. Okay, but there are still better times ahead. We still haven't seen. Look, people are having a hard time paying their rent. People are suffering from out of control inflation. A lot of people are gambling, and gambling is recession proof, right? But we've got to face the facts that crypto's never existed in a quantitative tightening environment. And I do believe they will lower interest rates, and I do believe that crypto is going to have its golden age in the USA, thanks to Mr. Trump and some of his moves that are being made right now. But we're all still waiting. And I mean, we're all still waiting. I know it might be tough in PulseChain, but look, it's been tough no matter what coin you hold. That's why people are playing these mini games, these mini meme coin pump and dump rotating the money games, because that's all it is. It's rotating the money around. And I do like some of the meme coins. For example, most token on PulseChain or best token on PulseChain. These coins went up thousands of percent in a matter of hours, matter of days. And I still think they have potential for another pump because they're associated with Richard Hart. That's most and best. But my point is that everybody's still waiting for that big watershed moment for retail dumb money to come in, and it's going to happen. Don't lose faith and conviction now because you have the perfect timeline. You have the golden timeline. All you got to do now is hold, believe, position yourself, buy more if you want to. You have a choice to make. Now, some people are even calling for the bull market to be over. To me, that just tells me that one, you're a day trader and you don't really care because traders have no conviction anyway. Traders are not holders, okay? Traders are not investors. They're playing a different game than you or I. We are playing the investing game, the long-term game, because that's actually where the large majority of the money is made, and 90+% of all wannabe day traders are going to lose money. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Some other bullish things that nobody's talking about. Eric Trump tweeted this the other day. He's proud to announce that his ethics advisor, his outside ethics advisor, is going to be the global co-chair of Quinn Emanuel LLP. Now, Quinn Emanuel, what else do we know about Quinn Emanuel? They're the same exact legal team that got the case, the SEC case, alleging fraud against the Hex and PulseChain founder, Richard Hart. They got it dismissed. So this is an epic team of lawyers, and they're well aware of Trump. So if we can make the obvious connection here. By the way, did I mention Elon Musk also uses Quinn Emanuel? They're probably well aware of each other. So whether or not PulseChain's included in this Bitcoin strategic or digital asset strategic reserve, it doesn't even matter because they know about PulseChain. This was also confirmed by some people that went to the Ondo Finance Summit that talked to the Trump family. They're aware that it exists. Okay, they're aware that Richard Hart's probably the most falsely accused, slandered person in crypto. Everybody wants him to be a scammer, but when they look at the facts, they have a hard time coming to reality because a lot of people made an initial ego judgment. And as we know, people just don't like to admit that they're wrong. Now, shout out to all the influencers, Crypto Man Ran, Ivan on Tech. A lot of the bigger names out there have been giving a fair shake to PulseChain. But there's going to be a lot of haters that are going to have to eat their words the higher and higher this ecosystem goes. Again, this lawsuit, Richard Hart versus SEC, was dismissed not only on jurisdiction, which is probably the most important thing, because the SEC does not police the whole world, no matter if they think they do or not, but also on failure to state a claim, meaning if, for some reason, if all of the allegations in the complaint against Richard Hart were true, which they're not, but if they were true, it would still have failed to state any actual legit fraud claim. So the whole case was bogus, no matter which way you want to spin it. Huge win for all of crypto. Everybody should be excited about this because it makes the USA a fair place to do crypto in the future. But we got to zoom back out, right? We need to zoom back out and realize this is the Bitcoin dominance chart on the weekly. Okay, you've got a nice hammer, inverted hammer over here. So for people that do TA, this inverted hammer usually means that a reversal is coming. There's a long battle this week between bulls and bears won, meaning the lower this chart goes, the lower Bitcoin dominance goes, the higher altcoins pump. So if we go back down to the 40% level that we were at in late 2022, we're going to see altcoins absolutely fly. The thesis hasn't changed. Nothing has really changed. It's just taken longer to play out than we all expected. So it took a year longer than maybe the typical cycle due to lack of new people and meme coin degen behavior, kind of sucking all the liquidity out of the long-term conviction holds. Not just PulseChain. Phantom holders, Dogecoin holders, Cardano holders. A lot of these people are not where they expected to be, probably, if they were making guesses about where the prices would be 2 or 3 years ago. But look, people are celebrating. The whole PulseChain ecosystem, Hex is up 14% on the week, INC is up 33%, PulseX is up 33%, PLS is up 11%. And again, guys, I think things are just getting started here with a Bitcoin strategic reserve. With Richard Hart being victorious and Hex and PulseChain actively not being securities. And now the green light is given to Kraken and Coinbase to go ahead and list them all. I mean, exchange listings are one thing, but in general, I believe that this will be a cycle like no other. This will be the cycle where not only institutional money, but global liquidity, everybody's 401ks, all of retail is going to be allocating some portion of their portfolio to crypto. And who's yelling the loudest, who's commanding the most attention when I look around, I find that chain to be PulseChain. Very misunderstood, very controversial, well known in the crypto space, and even the haters actually end up working in our favor. Think about this psychologically. When somebody tells you not to look something up, when somebody tells you, oh, that's a scam, don't buy it, right? Naturally, you get a little curious. And for people that do just a little bit less than zero research, if they dig a little bit at all, they're going to find articles about, for example, the case being dismissed. They're going to find tons, hundreds, even thousands of influencers on X, on YouTube, talking positively and giving you the real story, the truth about PulseChain. So the haters actually do free marketing for you. It's kind of all by design, guys. Hang in there. Trump strategic reserve, not only Bitcoin, but Ethereum as well. I'd love to see it. And also, he's announced that he's going to make an announcement. The classic announcement of the announcement tonight. What could that be? Is it going to be crypto related? Can you imagine if some other white swan? We've just had a bunch of white swan events. What if, for example, Trump announces 0% capital gains tax for crypto holders? That'd be insane. That would be huge. All this stuff was on the table. All this stuff he's talked about before. So if you're still unsure about crypto, you have one more chance to decide whether or not you want to join before the market sentiment turns around. It's a big ship, so it's got to be steered slowly. But the whole entire landscape is primed for an extremely good year, especially for some of these coins, PLS, PulseX, INC, and Hex. Take a look, like, subscribe, share the video, leave a comment. See you on the next one.